right, what's up, y'all? Glad to have you here, Cajun Libertarian Live. As you can see, I'm broadcasting from a different area of my house because the kids are awake, but I had to get this out very fast. If you didn't know, I just went live a few seconds ago, and then boom, immediately got the message from StreamYard that Facebook had denied me access to my page. So, yes, my profile has been 30-day banned for no reason at all whatsoever. Not even one 30-day ban prior to this, just nothing. Overnight, boom, gone. The page is still active. I still have admins over there that are helping out pushing that content. It still showed as a viable destination for me to launch, but then boom, kicked me right off the freaking page as soon as I went live. And so we're going to dive into that and how you guys can help and what we can do about that very fast, because I don't do this on Saturday nights, right? But I had to get this out there because I don't know how much time is left before we can do something about this. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what happened with my profile, and then not really. I mean, there's really not else to tell, but how you can help, and then we'll dive off into the dirty dozen stuff, the disinformation dozen. So let's get into it right now. Cage Libertarian Live. All right. As Matthew McConaughey likes to say, let's jump off into our sponsors real quick, and then we'll get right into it. Fierce Luxury by Ashley.com. Fierce Luxury is a high-end bag and accessories consignment store based online. They carry the highest brands like Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Gucci, and Hermes. Consign with them for 30% fee, 20% less than most consignment stores. Find them online at fierceluxurybyashley.com. That's fierceluxurybyashley.com. And on Facebook. In their exclusive group, Fierce Luxury by Ashley. Again, that's fierceluxurybyashley.com. Thank you very much, Ashley. VidDebate. VidDebate is an app designed to give users the ability to use their God-given right of free speech to post up to 3-minute videos on the topic of the day. Every day, VidDebate will post a question in the hopes to draw strong opinions from all sides of a range of topics from pop culture to politics. Please check out VidDebate. That is getting a lot of traction already very quickly. Laura Province, K2 Realty. Your home is your sanctuary. As a second-generation real estate agent, Laura Province knows the importance of helping her clients navigate through the home buying and or selling process. Whether you're buying your first home, a second investment property, or seeking the dream retirement residence, you will have a seamless experience with K2 Realty. So please contact Laura Province if you're in the Louisiana. She's in very South Louisiana, where I'm from, but I think she is able to help out people in Mississippi and in Texas and in those areas. And then, of course, TomFor52.com. That's TOMFOR52.com. TOMFOR52.com. There's no quit in Queeter. Thomas Daniel Queeter for Senate. TomFor52.com. Thank you, my friend. Now, let's get into it really quickly. So, here's the email I received this morning. This is after my appeal. Hi, your account has been permanently disabled for not following the Facebook community standards. Thanks for letting me know what those were before I violated them, because you didn't give me a warning at all. Your freaking details of whatever Facebook community standards you think there are vague, and you left them that way intentionally. Unfortunately, we won't be able to reactivate it for any reason. This will be our last message regarding your account. For more information, get bent. Basically, is what they just said. I forgot. I did have one last sponsor. It's an unofficial sponsor. They do not pay me to do this. And for semantics and very specific reasons, I do and must say that this sponsor in no way, shape, or form at all whatsoever has anything to do with this episode at all. None. If I can get the glare out. 1984 by George Orwell. Great book. I highly suggest it. Again, has nothing to do with this segment. Moving on. So, there's the email I received this morning. Let me check comments real quick probably go off even further. Ha! Bootleg. R.I.P. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Spider-Man Joe. Yep. It's here now, though. Just they didn't let it, they did not let me stream live to my Facebook page that has over 17, almost 18,000 followers on it. They wouldn't let me do that. So, I mean, literally, I hit the live button and it gives me the message. You can't stream to your freaking page that you created. That has plenty of admins on it, and stuff's being posted there right now. Again, I didn't violate any community standards at all. None. Woke up, boom, you're out. And then completely erased me from access to my page, which we're trying to figure out how to do that. By the way, that's very important because I believe that page is going to get burnt, and I believe it's going to get nuked very soon. So I will, most of you are probably watching from the new one. Just got hit with a 3-day ban on Facebook. Not surprised. The Angry Alaskan. I don't put as much content as some of you, but I'm sure the hammer is coming. Yes, it is, my friend. Yes, it is. Is this episode sponsored by Facebook? No. Nope. Should be, though. Yes, very sad. Very sad. RIP Alice, Carly, and Cajun, and Bootleg. Yep, many people went down at the same time. Sad Panda. Yes, very much so. Janice, thank you. Facebook has gotten crazy. Oh, it's beyond ridiculous. Epping Zucchini Boy. Yeah. Yep. There's no doubt about it. Sad Panda from Eskimo right there for sure. So moving on real quick. Here is the new page. That is my real name. That's my real name because Facebook makes me force our personal information out there that we don't want because they decided to ban me. So here's the thing. There's the new page. Carly, my teammate, admin over at the Cajun Libertarian page, she's going to share this video. She's going to pin this video. I need every single person to move over to this page right here and get that page blue checked so that they have such a much harder time to nuke it. Because I do think, I'm hoping not. There has been a little bit of light here in the recent developments over the last couple of hours that maybe the page doesn't get sucked. We don't know. I still have no access to it. None. And so, but please go like, follow, and share this page right here. This will be the new launching pad for all of the content. We will still post at the Cajun Libertarian page as long as we have it. But we need to go ahead and migrate over here so that we can continue to have our voices heard on a platform that can't be deplatformed just because it has a fake name. Because at the end of the day, that's what we think happened. And obviously, I'm posting extremist content, which is ridiculous. No, I don't post extreme, but according to them, I guess growing your own vegetables and wanting to paint your shed without the government's permission is extremist content, apparently. So, yeah, Barton, love you too, bro. We aren't going anywhere, y'all. We will fight. We will always find a way around this. And so, one more time, please go over immediately, like and follow that page. Now let's find out a little bit about what's going on with the Disinformation Dozen. This is going to be, and I'm sweating in here because it's hot in this room. It's going to be a little bit telling. I hope. I think so because I did a good bit of research on this today. Decided to go live with it at the last minute. We're going to find out some reasons why big tech is not a freaking private company anymore. It's not. Facebook takes action against Disinformation Dozen after White House pressure. There you go. They're taking orders from the federal government. They're not a private company if they're taking orders from the federal government. Facebook on Wednesday announced that it had taken action against the so-called Disinformation Dozen 1 month after the White House singled out the 12 people and argued that they were responsible for a majority of coronavirus misinformation, which that statement right there is misinformation because it actually wasn't about coronavirus. It was about vaccines. The two can be mutually exclusive. If you didn't know, most of you are very intelligent, more intelligent than I am. So you probably know you can talk about vaccines and it really has nothing to do with coronavirus. It's just about the vaccines. The Disinformation Dozen wasn't about coronavirus. It was about vaccines. And they spill it all right here. So the White House is lying right there, right out the gate, while trying to target people they call them liars. It's freaking absurd. In making the announcement, Monica Bickert, Vice President of Content Policy at Facebook, pushed back against the narrative that the 12 accounts were primarily responsible for the spread of vaccine misinformation, writing that focusing on them misses the forest for the trees. Oh, okay. So she just wants to get everybody, is what it sounds like to me. But Bickert said any amount of COVID-19 vaccine misinformation, not coronavirus. Thank you, White House, for your misinformation. Our policies is too much by our standards. And we have removed over 3 dozen pages, groups, and Facebook or Instagram accounts linked to these 12 people, including at least one link to each of the 12 people for violating our policies, which they just make up on their own by themselves. And nobody cares. Let me ask you something. What about all the people that put out real information 4 months ago, 6 months ago, that wasn't disinformation, misinformation, or lies, and that you have now admitted to that? Do they get their platforms back? Nope, sure don't, because they don't care about the truth at all. It's not about the truth, and it's not about health. It's not about safety. It's about control. Our last sponsor, nothing to do with this segment at all. Great book, though. 1984, George Orwell. The White House seized on that report and hammered the platform in July for allowing the people identified in the report to remain on its platform. So again, more White House pressure on big tech. But hey, big tech's a private company. They can kick off whoever they want for whatever reason, right? There's about 12 people who are producing 65% of anti-vaccine information on social media platforms. White House Press Secretary Jen Go Piss Your Effing Self Psaki said at the time. In the middle of a pandemic, be honest and transparent about the work that, oh my God, for this White House and that woman telling anybody to be honest and transparent is a joke right now. An absolute joke. Wasn't planning on it, gonna do it. Kick rocks. Shut your mouth. You lying, disgusting, freaking murdering scumbags. In the middle of a pandemic, be honest and transparent about the work that needs to be done to protect. You haven't been honest or transparent about anything. To protect public health is absolutely vital. But Facebook still refuses to be straightforward about how much information is circulating. Maybe you start. Let's start with you. You be honest first. You be straightforward first. And being actively promoted on their platform, a White House spokesperson told CNN Business. Oh, by the way, some of this article is from CNN Business. So it's going to be a little bit biased in one area, obviously. The other one is too, right? I got two articles that I pulled a bunch of facts and information from. One CNN Business. The other is Forbes. It's on everyone to get this right so we can make sure the American people are getting accurate information to protect the health of themselves and their loved ones, which is why the administration will continue to push leaders, media outlets, and leading sources of information like Facebook to meet those basic expectations, the spokesperson added. Fantastic. It's on everyone to get this right so we can make sure the American people are getting. How about you get accurate information not on Facebook? Maybe that's not the best resource for your accurate information, you dumbass. There's no reason to censor big tech at all. It's not meant to have accurate information. It's a social media platform. It's for people to socialize together. It's not where you get your news from. If people get their news from Facebook, kick rocks. As I'm on Facebook giving the news. Anyway. It's under the hypocrisy, and I'm one that advocates strongly against preaching against the hypocrisy of the duopoly, Republicans, Democrats, whatever, doesn't matter. But this is just overbearing. We have a lot to concentrate on. We know they're hypocritical, right? But when and we're going to get into this, this is insane. It's insane what they're doing. So the hypocrisy needs to be highlighted first, so that if we can acknowledge and recognize and interpret the hypocrisy first, then we can move on in avenues of how to fix it, because right now it's just all right. So that was a lot from CNN Business right there. This is not going to take long. I should have prefaced it at the beginning so people would tune in when they click on it, and it's not an hour-long episode. We only got about 10, 15 minutes left here. Here's an article from Steven Salzberg. And who the cares? Because you're a moron. From Forbes magazine. I've been writing about anti-vaxxers for a dozen years now, warning of the threat to public health that they represent. Now, see how quickly they changed that? They went from literally, they didn't go from anything. They just went straight for if you are not 1000% backing of the vaccine. Like, you need to just push that out there as if it's cold hard fact all the way across the planet, 100%, no questions asked. If you are not that, you're anti-vaccine. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. And that is a lie. You are guilty of the disinformation, misinformation, and lies about the coronavirus and the pandemic and the vaccines that you are trying to put on other people. You're the liar. Today, though, the threat is far greater than it was in the past because now we're in the midst of a deadly pandemic and vaccines are our only tool out of it. No, it's not. No, it's not. Since when? Since when? If vaccines were the only way out of viral transmission and death and sickness and respiratory illness, then it would cease to exist. Vaccines are brand new. That's the lie. That's a lie. None of us would have been born over the last 1,000 years if vaccines were our only tool out of viral transmission. Merely educating the public on the benefits of vaccines isn't working in the face of a deluge of misinformation from anti-vaxxers. It's time to take away their platforms. Now, nobody wants to describe what an anti-vaxxer is because then you're wiping out how many people by just labeling them ambiguously, that they're anti-vaxxers, right? Doesn't matter if they actually are or not. But so this allows a pavement of onslaught of deplatforming because they'll just label whoever they want anti-vaxxers from this clown at Forbes. And obviously coming straight from the White House too. It's time to take away their platforms. All right. Before I get on to the next part, this is all the same subject, y'all. All same subject matter. We got like 10 minutes worth left. Let's check some comments real quick. Excuse me. We will not be silenced. Nope. Do not comply. Nope. With you, bro. 100% massive overreaching and silencing attempt. Will not comply. Nope. Thank you, Bob. Morgan, like you said, the rules and regulations are vague for a reason, so they can bend them to their liking. Facts, Morgan. Thank you. Their policy changes by the day, says Candy Seward. Yes, it does. They can make it say whatever they want. Yes, they can, but we will hold their feet to the effing fire because they think we're stupid. That's what make no mistake about it. They think we are stupid and that we cannot see what's actually going on. Also, unrelated note to the sponsor of the show, 1984, completely different from the segment here, not related to this episode at all. The miniatures, I don't remember where they, oh, look, it's on the back of the book. Sweet. The party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final, most essential command. There you go. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Janice, viruses and vaccines are two separate subjects. No, follow the agenda or else, says Randy Baker. This is a power grab. You comply or fight it. Fight if you're an enemy of the state. Morgan, yeah, thank you. I'm actually usually really good at not cussing. I lost my cool a couple of times. I'm stupid tired. This month has been rough because it's August and I have to do all outside work, carrying a backpack around 3-story buildings, all the way up the third flights of stairs. Been very tired. That's why I'm a little bit more energetic because it's during the day and I'm not just wiped out. I can't get into all of these, y'all. I'm sorry. There's so many. You guys are so engaging. It's absolutely incredible. Not only another fantastic comment. Not only anti-vaccine, but also a domestic terrorist, according to Biden. Exactly. Bootleg. When did they start banning people for saying ivermectin is only used on horses? They didn't. Nope. Nope. But it's not only used on horses. But if you say that, then you get banned. Could you please inform people of your title when you were in the armed forces so they do know that you have medical experience and knowledge? I'm not spewing this out of your ass. Oh, yes. Sorry. I was a corpsman in the Navy for the Marine Corps. So hospitalman, corpsman, field combat medic. I was also a aerospace medicine technician as well for the United States Navy. Field medicine technician, hospitalman, corpsman, and aerospace medicine engineer is what they called it, but it's just a tech, you know. A little bit. Yep. Cage is fired up today. A little bit. All right. Very good. Down to the bottom of that. Lots of comments. I don't even know how many people's going to be able to even see this show because I've only got, probably like 2,000 followers on the new page. The other one's got 18,000 followers. And then there's the YouTube channel, people watching on Twitter right now as well. But I had no idea how many people were going to be able to see this. We're going to share it to the other page anyway, though. So anyway, going back to this Steve Salzberg guy, he then quotes the CCHD, which is that company we mentioned earlier that the White House likes to get their information from for some reason. Who the hell knows who that is? The CCHD, the Center for Counter Digital Hate. The Disinformation Dozen was initially identified in March by the Center for Countering Digital Hate, which called on Facebook to shut down pages operated by those people. All right, so then this guy quote that was from the CNN politics article. Now this guy Steven is also quoting the CCHD. No, I'm not calling for censorship, and no, they don't have any First Amendment rights to spread their lies. That's all that statement. And he says, I'll tell you why. And you scroll all the way to the bottom of it, and it's a just terribly ridiculous explanation. What is his explanation? It's a private company. They can do what they want. They can deplatform anybody. No, they're not. They're not a private company. They're clearly not a private company. They are taking orders from the White House. They also take a bunch of money from the government. In case you didn't know, people like millionaires and billionaires get massive tax breaks and subsidies and protection from the federal government. Remember that too. They're not a private company. Yes, this is a violation. Not to mention the fact that social media is now the number one form of our ability to disseminate information. Yes, they're violating the First Amendment by shutting down voices on social media. And you can come at me about it. I don't care. I just laid it out for you right there. They're taking orders from the White House. There is no way, there is no defensible position at this point to call Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram and YouTube private platforms. They're not. They're not. That is indefensible on all fronts at this point. Prove me wrong. When they stop taking orders from the White House, then we can start to have the conversation again. But as long as they're doing the bidding of the government that's telling them what to do and they obey in this facet, in this form, right? They're not a private platform anymore. Going back to this, Steve got Forbes. COVID-19 has already killed millions, and millions more may die before we get it under control. The only realistic way to end this pandemic is through vaccination. Again, with the disinformation and false and lies. That is not the only way. That's a lie. And everyone on the planet knows that, including Dr. Fauci. If you don't need one mask, maybe you get a second mask. And we look at the influenza strain. Okay. Just that freaking disgusting time. And that there, look, I can piss you off. I don't care right now. All my Trump fans, all my Republican fans, the fact that Dr. Fauci or Anthony Fauci, I refuse to call that clown a doctor anymore. Anthony Fauci had a job and maintained his position the entire time through the Trump administration. He never intended to drain the swamp. So stop it. Anyway, Trump's not the president, so that doesn't matter anymore. Just stop with that. He never cared about draining the swamp. He was never going to do that. That's an impossible feat anyway. It's not possible. So either he's too stupid to realize that, or he never had any intentions to do it in the first place. Either one, take your pick. Doesn't matter. That's not fit for office. Unfortunately, a large segment of the population has been grievously misled. Really? Yes, by your article right here, you clown. And many people say they will never get vaccinated. Yeah, that's going to happen. So what? So what? You're vaccinated. Shut up. Live your life. Protection and health isn't the problem, or isn't the point, is it? If 70+% of Americans are vaccinated, every adult over the age and every child over the age of 12 has the ability to go get vaccinated. If you haven't gotten vaccinated at this point, that's your decision. And that's fantastic. You can have that position. If you've decided that the vaccinations were the best thing for you to do, that's great. You take that position. But this nonsense here is ridiculous. What does it matter if unvaccinated people aren't going around killing vaccinated people? That's not happening. And vaccinated people or people have the option to get vaccinated. So at this point, we're beyond any of that, right? We're done with this. We're done with this. You can go get the vaccine or you don't have to. If you are unvaccinated and you die from COVID-19, then you had the option to go get the vaccination. Unvaccinated people are not running around killing vaccinated people. So what the are we talking about? The pandemic might persist for years, hurting all of us if these people continue to refuse vaccines. Wrong. No. And stop calling it a pandemic. It's endemic. Okay. It's a virus. It's just like the flu. It's got more severe reactions right now, but it's not going anywhere. It's going to be here forever. It's endemic. So stop calling it a pandemic and stop acting like zero COVID is the result. That's a ridiculous, nonsensical, unintelligent, uneducated resolution to arrive at. You cannot deduce from this scenario and be like, okay, zero COVID. That's the goal. Nobody's ever getting coronavirus ever again, ever. Never, ever. Not even, look, even if one person does not, sorry, the new hat doesn't, it's not fitting. If not one person today stopped dying from coronavirus, not one person in the history, in the future of the planet ever dies from coronavirus again. It's still here. You're still going to get it. It's endemic. It's a virus. That's why cases don't matter. It doesn't matter. You know why people don't count the flu cases or they don't count the cold cases? Because it doesn't matter how many people get the cold. It's not that big of an effect on people. Cases are nothing. They mean nothing. Anyway. Anytime the goal is 0 or 100%, you're going to fail immediately. Thank you, Angry Alaskan. The best we can do is compromise, but that takes an actual conversation. A conversation that these people, these clowns, these COVIDiots don't, the actual liars, the actual people spreading the misinformation and disinformation, they're not going to have that conversation. Thank you, Scotty. I guess I'm mad. I don't know, man. I at this point, I don't know what I am because I've bottled a lot of this stuff up and trying to make sure that we protect things and we can spread the more important messages of liberty and don't not getting nuked from Facebook and all. And they're going to do it anyway. They're going to do it anyway. So just tell the truth, man. Just tell it and be passionate about it. Care about it. Because you know what? We're probably not going to see real freedom in our lifetimes ever again. But maybe my grandchildren will. And so do the thing. This is the thing that's in front of us right now. This is it right in front of us right now. Protecting our grandchildren and trying to give them some resemblance of liberty and freedom that we are probably not going to see again in our lifetimes. Again, I went off the rails here. The pandemic might persist for years hurting all of us if these people continue to refuse vaccine. How? You're vaccinated. It's like a 99.996% chance of not dying. So what does it matter if somebody's unvaccinated? If you are vaccinated, it doesn't matter. And if it does, then we're talking about another conversation, which is coming to light right now, every day, about the efficacy, the actual efficacy of the vaccines, as to whether or not they really work as good as they say it is. By the way, new study come out from Israel. Don't know if you heard this. 27% higher ability to defend against coronavirus if you've been naturally inoculated as opposed to man-made inoculation. Go figure. That's not news. We have known this. This has been, but they pump out so much just trash and disinformation and misinformation. They pump it out so that you memory hole any kind of actual memory hole. Oh, yeah. By the way, not related to this episode at all. Go check out that book. Completely unrelated. Memory hole. They're banking on the fact that we'll just forget that we have a history, a global history of natural inoculation, herd immunity, building a defense against illnesses as a human race. We've been doing this since day one. The anti-vax movement, because apparently, if you're just not worshiping, and this is like religious at this point, right? It's coronavirus is like a religion for some of these people. They worship it. They're worshiping it. The anti-vax movement, which most people are not anti-vax, stop saying that. We're just pro-choice. Constantly spreads lies, rumors, and misinformation in an effort to scare people away from vaccination. Why? Why? No, that's not a thing either. Yeah, you're gonna have a handful of idiots that do that for whatever reason. Who cares? Great point, Austin. Exactly. Israel, fully jabbed, still sick. Highest vaccination rate in the world, getting slammed by the Delta variant. Yep, he did say that. But mandatory vaccine is coming. Morgenthau, religion of the state. Facts. All right, moving on, because I said this wouldn't take long. The anti-vaxxers and the social media platforms spread their messages and must be stopped. As President Biden said this past Friday, this article is a couple weeks old, they're killing people. Who are they killing? They're not killing vaccinated people. So the only people that are really dying right now are unvaccinated. And everybody over the age of 12 has the opportunity to get one for quote unquote free. So who are they? It's absurd. This is divide and conquer. End result, complete control, right? Situational design here. One particularly unfortunate development in the U.S. is that the anti-vax position has become hyper-political. I want to read that again, and then let's listen to what else he says right after that. One particularly unfortunate development in the U.S. is that the anti-vax position has become hyper-political. Oh. Even though Trump, the next three words, and then he just goes on a political rant, right? His claim credit for developing the vaccines, even though he and his family are vaccinated, vaccines are available. Many leaders of the Republican Party, right-wing media, such as Fox News, have embraced anti-vaccine positions and have told their millions of followers to refuse vaccination. Logically, it makes no sense that the vaccine refusal has become a political issue, but it has. Really? Because might I remind your jackass self that we have the receipts of just about every damn blue tech liberal Democrat screaming and reeing at the top of their lungs about the Trump vaccine, and they weren't going to take it. And now Biden's in office, and now they want vaccine mandates. We have the receipts. Stop lying. The left made this, COVIDiots specifically, made this political before anybody else did. The CCDH report on the discrimination, or struggling, sorry. The CCDH report on the Disinformation Dozen shows that these 12 people who have collectively 59 million followers are responsible for 73% of the anti-vax content on Facebook and 65% of anti-vaccine messages on their major platforms, including Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. What does that mean? Who is defining what anti-vaccination means? I'd like a clear explanation of exactly what it means to be anti-vax. Can somebody please tell me, according to these clowns right here, that literally want to strip everybody's First Amendment, Second Amendment, and basically all of your rights? What is anti-vax? Tell me, and let's have that conversation, because nobody seems to want to define what that is. Responsible for 73% of the anti-vax content on Facebook. I'd like to just tell me what that means. That's all. Yep. Thank you. Control. Yep. Wife is a liberal. She went to get the vaccine. She read the facts they gave her, and she changed her mind. She's definitely not an anti-vaxxer. Well, Scotty, I hate to inform you, but apparently to these ridiculous idiots right here, apparently she is. No, they don't. Yes, it's just all ambiguous language, and it's ambiguous for a reason. All right, so who are the Disinformation Dozen? Right? Give me 1.6 seconds. And I'm going to leave this up here for a minute. I strongly advise that you do not Google these people and that you do not, under any circumstances, go find out what they're talking about at all. There's zero reason for you to go and take your phone and snap a picture of those 12 people and go find out exactly what they're saying so that we can find out exactly what they mean by anti-vaccinations. Don't do that at all. Please don't do that. Just letting you know. Don't pull out your phone and take a picture, or if you're watching from a computer like I am, if you're watching on your phone, do not screenshot that name of the Disinformation Dozen and go find out what they're talking about. Definitely don't do that. This isn't a free speech or First Amendment issue. Private companies are required to provide a platform aren't required or to provide a platform for anyone. Thank you, moron, as we have already succinctly discussed and articulated. If you're taking orders from the government, the way that Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, whoever else is, you're no longer a private company. You're doing the bidding of the government by violating people's free speech, especially in this arena where it is the number one way to get our voices out there. Period. It's indefensible. We have the receipts. They're taking orders from the federal government and money, lots of money. Should government step in here and force the companies to take action? I don't know. Yes, you do. You're only saying that so you don't come off like a freaking totalitarian, authoritative moron and dictator. Yes, you do. You would want it right now. You would want it. Liar, spreader of misinformation and disinformation. Should government step in here and force these companies to take action? I don't know. But so far, the companies themselves have failed to take action on their own. I thought they were a private company. They can do what they want, I thought. Didn't you just say that? Oh. Germany and France seem to have the best solution so far by requiring vaccines in order to eat at restaurants and travel on planes and trains. They've convinced large swaths of their populations, including formerly vaccine hesitant people, to get vaccinated. That would the best solution so far. Government mandated vaccines from Forbes, from this clown. Now what else are that? You already know the slippery slope, right? I don't have to preach to the choir, but maybe hope to God that there are people out here that are watching or will see this video that aren't libertarian. The U.S., by contrast, has 50 different policies for 50 states, including some policies that are straight up anti-vaccine. No, none. That, okay? That's why I ranted about that last line. And that's the end of my notes right there. Some policies that are straight up anti-vaccine. What state has governing policy that is anti-vaccine? Name one. They don't exist, because what anti-vaccine is not what they mean. But that's the language they're selling to everyone. And it's lies. It's lies. So, as we push forward through, and I really look, I really don't have a lot of reason to be upset. We grew this page to 18,000 followers in 6 months, which, from all of the people that I've talked to that actually know what they're talking about when it comes to this stuff, say is an astronomical rise. We have no reason to be upset, right? Or very little reason. But it's so maddening to think that the people that actually spread the lies and the bad information, and they do it with malice, content in their heart, malicious intention, they can say whatever they want and they don't get in trouble. But the people that actually care about other people and want you to live your best life, we're the ones that get silenced, because that is not the goal, is it? The goal is total control, isn't it? If it wasn't, then we would be here, what I'm talking about right now. And that's every single person has the ability to go get vaccinated if they want to. 12 years old and up. If they haven't, at this point, they don't want to. And that's the end of the story. It's the end of the discussion. Unvaccinated people are not killing vaccinated people, but they are lying to everyone with this kind of stuff. But those of us who are advocating for your body, your choice, you and your doctor making medical decisions for you, we are the ones that are spreading the misinformation and disinformation. Don't let them fool us into this, right? The party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final, most essential command. That's a quote from one of the sponsors of the show. Doesn't pay me. Totally unrelated to the show. 1984. Go check that out. That's for all the new followers. This last time I'll do that. Thank you all for being here. Again, please. I need you to go to that page right there. Like it and follow it. The faster we can get a blue check on it, the faster we can be a little bit more secure and safe in spreading the message of liberty and safety and truth and love and care and respect for human beings on this planet and for each other that live in this invisible, in this box that we call United States of America, with these invisible lines drawn in the sand. So please help out Noel Olin. That is absolutely me right there. I'll check the comments before we get up out of here. Morgan, right? Tell you who it wasn't from. It wasn't from the Democrats. They stole that from us, just like they do everything. So do the Republicans. I'm okay with society banning me for my medical choices. Been in the black sheep crowd medically since I was 19 for using pot instead of pills. Oh, sorry, I forgot to put that on the screen. Well, you found your home here, didn't you? Good show, man. Thanks, Nick. Yep. Thank you, man. Media has convinced the left that individual liberty is dangerous. Yes, absolute fact. That it's an immediate threat to their life. Nothing could be further from the truth. Exactly right. It's actually antithetical to the truth, right? Because what is actually truthful is that in order for the populace to enjoy their best life, Individuals need to be able to capitalize in the best way possible on their lives. Thank you, Morgan. Appreciate you. You're always here, man. It's awesome. Thank you very much. I am libertarian state and national member. I will not be controlled concerning decisions about my health. I am adamant. Thank you, Janice. Fantastic. I know I got probably quite out of control there several times. I've had so much of this bottled up. Excuse me. Did you just say capitalize? Right? Apparently, that's a bad word. Anyway, thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll try to get the page thing figured out before tomorrow night, because I have a special interview tomorrow night with Nick Wildstar, who's running for governor of California in the special recall election. This is the second interview. First time we interviewed, I was on a 24-hour ban for a seafood fight, literally. Somebody reported a meme for nudity, Jack Black reaching his underwear. That's the only ban the Cajun Libertarian has ever gotten. That's not the page, by the way. That was the profile. I got a 24-hour ban during the great seafood debate because Jack Black was digging his underwear of a meme I made. Now I get an email this morning, my account completely disabled, and I have no ability to mess with the Cajun Libertarian page. So I'll try to get that figured out by tomorrow night so that I can stream to the page for Nick Wildstar, who's running in the special election for governor of California, our second interview. And so, awesome. Thank you all very much. I will see y'all tomorrow. Is this in reference to the Seafood Caucus, Morgan? Yes, it is. It was before the Seafood Caucus started. It was the great seafood debate. Me and Eskimo, we went at each other. Actually, the Cajun Eskimo show spawned from that. The Seafood Caucus spawned from that. So thank you, Janice. Great, informative, and emotional podcast. Thank you. Oh, John Higgins, you must have been the one that reported me. You are banned from the show. Seafood fight. That was amazing. Yeah, that was fun. Yep. That was fun. Great seafood debate. Because of that, Candy, you are also banned from the show. Obviously, I'm totally kidding. Yes, please be on tomorrow. I will be Nick Wildstar tomorrow night. So I love every one of you. Spicy Nick always. Seasoned. It doesn't have to be spicy. It just needs to be well seasoned, right? So the spice that just it's a natural after effect. It comes with the territory. Oh man, and now your second time being because of your whining right there, John. Now you were definitely for a second time banned from the show. I love y'all very much. Thank you so much for tuning in the last minute episode. A ton of y'all showed up, even though I wasn't able to stream to my page. Well, I'm streaming to the new page though, the one with my real name, right down here. Noel, the Cajun Libertarian, Olin. If I know you, I will accept a friend request on my personal profile. If I don't know you, then I hope to get to know you. Other than that, see if I have one more comment left. Always season, says Joe. Absolutely. Absolutely. I got to get candies in there because I messed with her. Darn. No Old Bay for me. No. Have a good evening, Morgan. You as well. Love you too, John. All right. And I love each and every one of y'all very, very much. This is why I do this all the time because I love being here with you. And I love what we are doing. Let's keep the message going. Let's keep it spreading. That sounded weird. Anyway, I love you very much. I will see you tomorrow night. Regular. Well, I guess not regular because it's a Sunday special. Then we have the Just a Thought solo episode, which technically this was kind of that, but I like to do my segments and have fun with that one. This was a very serious and intense episode. And so thank you very much. I love you. And I am out.